smoking?
I am smoking the Casa Turrent 1880, brand new Colorado. It was the last event ever for cigars since this pandemic, and it is it's a beautiful 1880, 10-plus-year-old tobacco. I'm cutting it with our new fancy lighter.
They cut them with cutters and light them with lighters.
Yeah, well, I eat coffee and drink cigars, so
Okay, well,
that's just the way I prefer to do it. What are you smoking?
I am smoking the Cavalier Salamone limited edition white label.
Ooh.
It's just a little bit of just magic. And we are drinking, not smoking, Distretto coffee this morning.
Let's just go ahead and give a couple early morning plugs. So
Early morning
cheers.
plugs.
Cheers to you. This is
Wait!
Distretto coffee.
You could have broke that.
No,
and
that
then I
says
would have had to lick
Distretto
it
on
off the
It's
floor.
stronger. So we've got that. Leech and Concealment, I'm sure, is going to be in the house. Cigars and Guns is going to be in the
Dave
house.
Wagner's in the house.
Allegedly, we just have this. There's this voice that's coming over here. We're not open. I just want to be very clear with that. But Adrian, if anything that comes in, if you see any bullshit.
Apparently Indian Wi-Fi doesn't work that well.
Oh, Indian Wi-Fi doesn't work that well. Good morning, Wags. And apologize to everybody on Facebook who is sending in comments that we don't have any responses to. But let's talk fresh paint.
Let's talk fresh paint. We have literally since what they put the order in place Thursday at midnight.
Yep.
Was it Thursday?
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday at midnight.
Yeah. Good morning.
Thursday we had a scissor lift delivered. We had gallons and gallons and gallons of paint.
Do you know how I know you have been here working too much? It was Tuesday that the scissor lift was delivered. And all of your dates are wrong. So, needless to say,
What's today? It's Saturday,
it is Saturday because
and we're at the shop.
Yeah, we've already done this part. But what's important about this is we are doing a full refresh, front to back. A lot of projects creep up over 2.5 years that we wish we could have done, but we haven't been able to get to them. What that includes is 100% fresh paint everywhere.
Paint everywhere.
And we've cleaned all the ventilation. We have changed up the purification. We have added new setup of the purification.
You can actually see them. You can actually see them in our videos. We had, as those of you that have been to the shop know, great state-of-the-art air purification. We scrub 100% of the air every 6 minutes, blah, blah, blah. But one of our units was sideways, and it was actually the air would come out and hit it and throw it down, and then we were hitting the walls and throwing it down. It was the guys that installed it originally put it in aesthetically so it looked cool, but it wasn't. They forgot to read the manual. Mm-hmm. So
now we're back to optimal.
that was a major project to move that around.
Yep.
But
Definition
that's done.
Cigars in the house. Good morning. Little Elm Craft House found out what Andrew does. Let us
What
know.
does he do?
Let us know what you found out. 'Cause we haven't
Now
found
let
out
me
yet.
let me defend your brother for 1 minute, you dickhead, because you weren't here virtually the entire week. Your brother worked his ass off this week. Mm-hmm. Both of them did. Mm-hmm. I have it on video. They worked their ass off.
Believe it.
Andrew painted like a crazy man. So anyway, he clearly doesn't believe it.
How dare you call me a dickhead?
Well, you weren't here all week. You came
Yeah.
in for like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in here. I got cramps and everything else. I'm working my ass off over here.
One.
What are you doing?
One.
Two. One. You
You're
should have
supposed
been
to
here.
drink water. Two.
Water. It's in coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Two, you notice that the e-commerce has had sales to keep this place afloat. IndustrialCigars.co is that transition.
Hey, that's the next one on here. Just shut up.
Yeah, well then we're going to keep this going. IndustrialCigars.co. Thank you to everyone who has submitted your orders for not only the CRS packs, but just you have access to basically all of our top 100 cigars.
Right. We did 13 deliveries day before yesterday. Mm-hmm. So I think this delivery thing, we should just keep doing it. I think it's just when the weather's nice and somebody decides that they want some cigars, they can place an order on their way home and we'll have them delivered.
Exactly. I like it.
I think the thing is just fantastic.
The workflow's been great. No hiccups. I mean, truly, with as many things as happening, with everything that's going on, the ability to have a team that has adapted to this and has allowed us to grow with it, no hiccups. I mean, this has been really cool. So again, that is industrialcigars.co to check it out. Thanks for the delivery this week. Thank you for your order. It helps keep us going. Brett Cunningham in Nebraska, motocross
Nice.
buddy.
Yeah,
He,
didn't we send him an order?
Yep, he got
Nice.
a CRS pack as well. Leo Stegin's got an order. So thank you guys so much.
The
It's so
CRS
cool.
pack has been a hit. B, it's exposing people to new cigars because guys, we pick the cigars for you, like you guys entrust us to do anyway when you're standing in the humidor. But the CRS packs are a mild pack,
morning,
a medium pack, and a full body pack, and they are 5 packs, 10 packs, or 20 packs. We've had guys mix them up. They'll do 1 5-pack a mild. One guy did a mild and a full.
Yep.
But the full is no joke. I mean, there's some cigars in there that I can't smoke. But
Awesome. Check. Okay, I see this coming through. Let me see. Yeah, he's gonna place an order today. Use Cigars and Guns 10. Cigars and Guns 10. You're gonna get 10% off your order. That goes for everybody there. Baldwin in the house. Ty in the house. We know he's not painting.
no, Demery's not doing shit. But the CRS packs have actually triggered reorders where people are now ordering like 4 each of 2 of the cigars that were in the pack, with comments that this was not a cigar that they had ever tried before. So
Yeah.
it's exposing people to some new cigars. There's Crux cigars in there. There's Regis cigars in there. There's a bunch of cigars that you may have never tried.
Yep.
But it's a great assortment of product, and we're very happy. By the way, hats off to you. I know you did do a little bit of work on that website, but it is awesome.
I'm very, very happy with it. I love the integration into our system. What I've noticed is it works out better for everyone who's placed orders because they place an order, it automatically speaks with our system. We get the notification, we can fill it, and it's off.
Right.
Previously, we had to go from one system to the. It's boring stuff, but what's important with this is we can answer your orders immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And that has been a blessing. Every day at 4 o'clock, we have a delivery for local delivery within 20 miles of here, which we've expanded that now.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Darren. Good morning, Kevin. So within 20
Oliver's in the
miles,
house, too.
Oliver's in the house. Damn, we got a good group this morning. Thanks, guys.
Oliver, he called me at 9 o'clock Eastern time, thinking that he could be thrown on the show. And it's
tell
just,
him to hop in. We can patch him into this.
well, he's in here, but he's not in here.
Okay.
We just have to imagine his bubbly personality.
So back to the deliveries.
Uh-huh.
Every day at 4 o'clock, we have local deliveries going out, and in multiple occasions, we've had to do at noon and at 7 p.m. just because the demand was there. So as we have this going, as we have it growing, we'll be able to go up to 3 times a day.
The one of the comments that came in was the painter's tape on your shoulder. I've got some on my hat. This is just to indicate what color we need to paint him,
Yep.
and what color we're going to paint my head.
I'm going yellow.
Yellow.
Distretto is asking, was someone lucky enough to get a coffee?
Yes. There
With their CRS packs?
the small Distretto coffees. We've been throwing those in with some of the CRS packs.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
if anyone's
Distretto
had any
coffee.
of those, do it.
Place an order today, and
What
we're going
y'all
to throw a bundle in
smoking?
there.
This is what we're smoking. 1880 Casa Torrent. This is a Colorado wrapper, brand new,
Salamone,
unbelievable.
Cavalier Salamone, white label, limited edition. We started with 20 boxes. We're probably down to 10.
Yep.
There's also a San Andreas version of this that is,
It's ballsy.
it's kick your mama in the shins good.
Kick your mama in this shit.
Kick your mama in the
Craig's in the house. We have the Brindle. This guy. Blake
Brindle.
over here is definitely fishing and definitely smoking the Brindle right now. That is Principal Cigars. You can get that everywhere except for everywhere. You can only get it here and on industrialcigars.co.
Can I, Blake is watching. Can I just say something just completely
Yep,
off
yep.
subject, but in subject with what we talked about with Nathan the other day?
Industrialcigars.co.
Blake, Nathan really wants to get out and do like tournament bass fishing or anything. So I'm wondering if you know anybody that's a good fisherman that we could hook him up with.
Yeah, Blake will probably know the people.
He probably knows people.
Yeah, or anybody with a boat.
Yeah.
So both of those things, hook
Put
this guy
those
up.
two together. He will bring cigars.
Yep, that's it.
So he's got that going for him.
What do we got here? I'm sorry, this my eyes are fading, and we're like an extra 2 feet away. I can't read shit this morning.
Mark Rogers ordering as we speak.
Mark Rogers ordered.
Mark Rogers.
Mark, don't forget. Will you? I don't want to give the member discount code out to everybody. Just remember your member discount code, and if not, text me and I'll give it to you. But with
He
that,
says, I just don't like Nathan.
okay. So
Well, you
here's
guys will
what's-
have something in common.
Here's what's happening next Friday.
What?
I'm glad you got your coffee because you were a little bitchy this morning. Here's what's happening next week. Next Friday. Don't do it because I just got a haircut, man. Next Friday, we're doing a virtual First Friday DJ event.
Don't say it out loud.
I
The
just
internet
did.
cannot handle
The
it.
internet can handle it. And what's going to happen is, for those of you who know, DJ Busy Bee
What?
usually throws down incredible sets, and this place turns into a club for sure.
It turns into a club. For those of you that are watching and you've been here during a Busy Bee experience, there's probably emojis that go, hey, ho. Well, there's
a lot of
hoes up
hoes.
in here.
Yeah, a lot of hoes.
But
It's mostly
hey,
ho,
hoes.
ho.
Hey, hoes. But give us a hey.
Give us a little and a hoe.
Yeah.
Toss in some hoes. Tag them up. Let them watch.
You
don't get
know,
after
like
this.
Jim Trader is watching, he knows.
He knows
where the hoes
hoes
are.
in different area codes. But in your area code, there will be hoes being just pushed through the sound waves because Busy Bee is going to set up. We're going to do a live stream, and it's not just a live stream of a speaker sitting next to or a mic
No.
sitting next to
No.
it. We're going
No.
direct in, and he's going to go for, I think it's 2 hours.
I think we should go longer than that.
Well, I think he will. Good morning, Tony Hogan. And this goes out to you up there in Minnesota. It will go everywhere.
Even
You
to
can-
Minnesota.
Yes, you can.
'Cause that's
log-
uphill.
That's what the internets can do. It can go uphill.
Wow.
So that will be a 2-hour set of just setting cigars
First
down.
Friday.
Yeah, first Friday. Next Friday at 7 p.m. He's going to go live. So grab your
Can
cigar.
will the camera just be on him or can I do some personalized busting moves?
Now that you put it that way, it is to be determined.
Okay.
We will vet your busting moves and then determine from there.
I got more moves than
I think
X
so.
Lax.
Good morning, everybody who's tuning in on Instagram, on Facebook. This is Pops.
Edward Hicks is in.
This is Brandon. This is Saturday at the Shop.
It
Our
is.
our weekly get together.
We call it sanity check right now with all of the craziness that's going on.
What's everyone smoking this morning? And everyone who's on Facebook.
Hey,
you have to shout out.
anybody else out there that has received a CRS, give us a report on which one has been your favorite so far.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. So far, so good.
I'll tell you what, I should have put these in the CRS. This would have been a wrap because this some bitch is good.
They'd be gone. They'd be gone. I tell you what, this thing is elegant, balanced, tasty. Works very well with our Distretto coffee this morning.
I'm using. We have a new ashtray.
Mark
by the way.
Rogers is in. New ashtray. I have an ash in there, so I can't really lift
What makes
it
it
up.
authentic?
Yeah, it is a functional ashtray. These just in. We're gonna dust this place off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this just in. It's got industrial logos here all the way around. We have handful.
It's
of them
heavy
in
as
here.
hell too. It can be used as a small weapon.
It definitely can. You can frisbee that thing.
Oh, you'd
can
put somebody
bash
out.
somebody. You can Judy chop. You
Judy?
can do whatever you want to do with it.
Judy or judo?
Judy.
Oh, got it.
You got the judo chop, and then you got the Judy chop. You haven't seen that video?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Tiger King. Mark Rogers in the house. Good morning, everybody.
How many here watched the first couple episodes of Ozark?
Let's
last
not
night?
get into that. I got a few episodes in. I don't want to start talking it.
No, I only got into 2. But
No one tested positive.
For
That's
shopping?
Good.
CRS, we talked about that.
Pandas.
Panda
Or
watch.
pandemic.
Panda.
No pandas here either. But here's what you need to know. We are open 10 to 7 today. We have carry out. I guess we'll call it carry out to be legally correct, which is basically just grab and go. You can come into the humidor, select your cigars.
Maybe
do
define
anything you like.
grab and go because it was confusing to a person.
Here's grab and go. Walk into the humidor, pick your cigars, get the fuck out of here.
ipso facto, grab and go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mean like get the fuck out of here,
No,
but I do
you
mean
could sit and talk
legally
6 feet away.
You do need to not be hanging out because, as much as we'd love to, it's actually a health hazard right now because not because of the Wu-Tang virus, but because of all of the construction stuff.
There's a lot of construction going on. There's mayflies flying around inside of here. That looks like a moth.
That's a moth.
Yeah.
God, this is compelling. Now we want to toss this out there and see what someone thinks. What is the discount code again? Cigars and Guns 10. That is going to everyone. Well, now everyone in the world of Cigars and Guns 10.
Hey, all you guys on the ICC side of the fence, feel free to use it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is industrialcigars.co. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised with the cigars in there. If you don't recognize some of them, it's okay.
That's an interesting point
because it happens often in this humidor.
Should we talk about that for a little bit? Because you covered the virtual first Friday.
Yeah. No, I think that's
I think we have seen an alarming. Well, I don't want to say an alarming. We've seen an incredible spike up in the last week to 10 days of new people walking in the store for the first time. A lot of it's because the shops that are in their particular areas have closed, and we're this, this bastion out here of glory and happiness.
Did you call me a bastard?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of new people are coming in here, and you can tell where they go when they start rambling off the brands that they normally smoke.
Yeah, they're looking for Rocky. They're looking for Perdomo.
You got Rocky, Perdomo. Do you have Fuente? Do you have CAO? Do you have Cohiba?
If you can buy your cigars in a magazine, I promise you are in for a great surprise when you either go on industrialcigars.co or come into the shop. And the reason why,
we test every cigar. So it's, as 90% of you guys probably know, it's me and my 3 sons. And we test every cigar. We intentionally made our humidor small so that we didn't have to fill it with a bunch of stuff that ultimately turns into a museum for a whole bunch of shit that doesn't sell because people try it once. And there's in the cigar industry, there's a term called one and done. A guy buys a cigar, he tries it, doesn't like it, never comes back to the brand. What we have found is when we review these cigars and we test them, we look for other things besides taste. Its performance has become such a big deal. How good is the draw? How good does the ash, how well does it hold an ash? The burn line on these cigars are perfect. What we're looking for is extremely high quality cigars that, just remember, what is built into the cost of your cigar is national ads, trade shows, sales force, all of the things that are involved into doing these things. Now, a lot of these guys, because they have all this overhead, have to sell all the mail order guys in order to do the volume in order to pay for it.
Right.
The small guys that have said, nope, we're going to build a great cigar. And then there's going to be a few dealers out there in the United States that are going to appreciate it, and they're going to have the customers that appreciate it.
Which opens up our top 5 brands. And that was a question we had this morning, is what do you think our top 5 brands are? And we knew for sure the handful, but there are probably 10 brands that make up our humidor that are super special to us.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's how far you
On that
went.
quick note, so Gary Shinneman is suggesting maybe a little chat inside the humidor where you can talk about the different cigars y'all have in your shop.
Oh,
Great.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a
we
great
can do
idea.
that, Gary. That we'll definitely do kind of a walkthrough. So that way, as someone sees it the first time it comes in, you get that look when they walk in, like you can tell they haven't been here. It's like, oh shit, it's all new
this
to
is
me
different.
again.
Now, here's the thing.
Ecolux in the house.
There's a couple of phenomenons that happen in just shopping in general, particularly since 95% of our people that shop are male, is men don't ask for help. And men also think that if they've never heard of it, it must be no good. So that's a phenomenon that happens whether you're buying electronics, appliances, or cigars.
Yep.
It's a given in retail merchandise.
So these are some of the brands that you should look out for as we walk in. And just to kind of run.
And let me just say this before you go through the number. What?
Okay, you say that, and then I've got to answer Ecolux.
Okay, so all of these brands are brands that we've had, with exception of maybe a couple, since we've opened or shortly thereafter. The fact that the volume continues to grow with these companies shows that it's not one and done. It shows that people continue to come back and buy these brands over and over again because of consistency and all of those things. So what does that say? He just
Y'all
got
smoked that shit weed. I got gas. This is
So Ecolux. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, this over here.
Okay.
Ecolux. I just had a Pappy Van Winkle last night at Haywire. Is this a good one? Okay.
Happy Van Winkle is a Drew Estate
It's
product.
fulfilled by Drew Estate. It's produced by Drew Estate. The tobacco in it is very good. What you just need to pay attention to is when you get these non-cigar brands that enter into the cigar world, it is a bit of a marketing project for them. It's not a cigar project for them. So the important thing is, did you enjoy it? If so, great. Are there better cigars? Definitely. Are there worse cigars? Absolutely. If you enjoyed it, it's all well and good. And that's really the most important if it does what you want.
It's a great answer. I mean, if you use Mobile One synthetic oil and you swear by it, if Mobile One comes out with a cigar tomorrow so they can capitalize on everybody that loves their oil, it doesn't mean that the cigar is good. Pappy is not in the cigar business. So if you're taking a cigar and you're aging the tobacco in a Pappy barrel, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But don't assume that it's Pappy in the cigar business.
Exactly, and be very clear when you're looking at these deals. When you hear barrel aged or you hear all of these things, just know those are, for the vast majority, just marketing terms, because I've seen the barrels these sit in. Just be very clear that if it feels like a marketing project, it definitely is. On the other side of things, you have, this goes back to the brands we're talking through. As we just look at some of our top lines, our number 2, and I don't know if you want to run through it. I don't want to run through every single one of these.
Well, let's just take, I mean, what we've seen is La Galera, Southern Draw, Foundation. Foundation is Tabernacle. Nick Melillo owns that company. He was the master blender for Drew Estates and created the Liga 9 and the T52s. He left, started Foundation, has the Tabernacle, and now the new CT142. We basically just don't sell Liga anymore, and we're just concentrating on Tabernacle because the performance is outstanding.
And the flavor and the value is there. So to answer your question, tossing that out, Oliva Siri V Milano, any good? Tasty cigar, that's a cigar that is right on the brink. I kind of classify that as similar to like a Sam Adams beer, where it's smoke it, enjoy it, that's a good cigar. You're right on the brink of getting into some really fun stuff, particularly in that price point.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as there are some price points that when you step into within a couple of bucks, then it opens up a lane of some really good stuff.
Really unique stuff.
And the Oliva, the Milano is good. I'm not personally not a fan of that wrapper. I think it's a long story anyway. But the Foundation is outstanding. Southern Draw has always been a staple here. La Galera, great price point, incredible value. But Regis, which we were actually supposed to do an event today, but we couldn't. They have a cigar that's called the Orchant. That is, it's actually made for the second oldest tobacconist in the world, and he has to, Orchant is his name, has to give permission to Akil, the owner of Regis, to sell these into the United States. This year there's 30 boxes of the 2 that are allowed to come in. One is a Torpedo, one is kind of a Petite Corona. Holy balls, are these things good.
Fantastic.
And there's 30 boxes, we got them all, and we were going to do the event and unravel them today. I would suggest to you, let's put them out on the site, because there are some people that just, now remember, not this year, but the year before, we went 4 years without an Orchant. So it doesn't happen every year, but this cigar, particularly if somebody's a fan of like a Cuban Monte Cristo No. 2, if you're a fan of any of that Cuban flavor profile, this cigar is right on it, and they're about $15 before all of the discounts you've been throwing out. So Regis, outstanding line. But interesting thing, made by Plasencia. You're going to see a theme here.
And then number 6 is
Cavalier, which is what I'm smoking.
That is, Sebastian he is a fantastic guy. He reminds me of Jordan. I'll tell you, he's from Geneva. He's come over here. Really unique kind of story to it. Check out his ICCU on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
His name
Glorious
is
beard,
Yeah,
too.
Sebastian Ducapet. I'm not going to spell it because I can't remember. But check out the ICCU on our YouTube channel to learn more about that.
Number 5.
Patoro Cigars. This is
So
another
good.
Swiss company.
Swiss company.
And they roll out of the Dominican with Familia Reyes.
right.
Sensational cigars.
Very incredible cigars. We actually have the Patoro XO in stock, which is only available at their lounge in Olten, Switzerland.
And we're going to have another one.
And we will have the Bellicoso.
You need to do some research on that XO. That is another one that we have an ICCU on our YouTube. You can really take 20 minutes or so and sit through some.
Yeah, go onto YouTube and type in industrial cigars. Watch the one on Pete Johnson, outstanding. Sebastian, Patrick Martin with Patoro. And then you're editing, didn't you do one with...
Darren is done. So we have Principal Cigars, which is going to come out. That's our number 2 line as Principal Cigars to hop above.
Yeah.
And Edgar Hoyle, we just did one.
Edgar Hoyle. So speaking of
Edgar Hoyle.
Hoyle, yeah. Learn how to pronounce your damn name.
I started the interview with Edgar. This is Edgar Hoya, and he's like, "Man, you got to learn my fucking name, man. You been calling me Hoya. There's no A in my name, man." I was like, "Oh, that's a good point."
We're from Nebraska. We can throw whatever accent we want on this shit. So
drop your YouTube. Okay, drop more YouTube content. There is more YouTube content coming out. There is a 38-minute Darren interview is just going to go on today.
nice. Number 4. Speaking of Edgar Hoya,
Hoyle.
Casa Torrent, and their numbers shot through the roof with the new 1880, which you're smoking today. 1880 was one of the best-selling cigars that we had. 14-year-old. Now, Casa Torrent's one of the largest, if not the largest, farmer in the San Andreas region of Mexico. So you hear about the San Andreas wrapper. Nobody actually throws that it's San Andreas from the Mexican region, or the Mexican San Andreas from the San Andreas region
Because
of Mexico.
people think that Mexican tobacco is the tobacco they use for the fake Cubans in Cancun and all that. That's not Cuban. That's
And,
not.
hey,
It's not Cuban. and it's-
Teamo's not their fault.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cuban tobacco is not in that. I don't even know what the hell is in that. If you're on the beach and
Like
somebody
what you
comes
just
up,
knocked on the floor over there, they kind of sweep that up,
Yeah.
rolled in a wrapper.
if somebody ever tries to sell you Cubans with a glass top, here's kind of tip of the Dave.
Yeah. How far can you throw it?
How far can you throw
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
yeah.
skip that thing. If somebody comes up to you on the beach and they say, "Yeah, would you like some Cuban cigars, man?" And then
That's nice.
it's in the glass top and you say no, and then their follow-up is, "You want some powder? Take you to the moon?" That's not only fake cocaine probably, but it is also fake Cubans.
Yeah.
No glass tops for real Cuban cigars.
right.
Just know that information.
Yeah, so Casa Torrent.
That's
did
our
the-
number 4 line for
They did the
2020.
1880, 14-year-old wrapper, 14-year-old filler, 9-year-old binder. Beautiful. They built the new 1880, which is really kind of a Toro Plus in length, a little bit longer. I think they may even consider it a Churchill, but it's a bigger ring gauge. 4 different wrappers built on the same platform of 10-year-old tobacco. I watched just a couple of new full brands, or the more mainstream brands, bragging about their new $22 cigars because they have 3 years of
3-year-old
age.
tobacco.
And that was their selling feature.
And that takes us to our number 3, which is Crux cigars, and which really, if you combine, that's number 3 line.
Crux
There's
is-
nothing that is younger than 4 years old that comes out of Crux.
That
tell you
line
what,
has exploded.
I have the inside line on that.
Yep.
And I get to see behind the curtains there. I am telling you, Crux cigars, they do not cut corners.
Nope.
They will not mess around. They are tobacco purists. That is a line of cigars that not only are the Hogan's men of character, you have Casey, you have Jeff, you have Tony Hogan.
right.
Now we also have Sam Ventura as a Tola rep.
Mm-hmm.
They are men of character, but it echoes into their cigars because they don't cut corners. They're not going to spend outrageous amounts of cash on other things that they have to pass over to you.
I've always said, we're, for some of you don't know, we're from Nebraska.
Likewise.
We're from Nebraska, and there's just, in Nebraska, that you do business on a handshake. There's this Midwestern ethics, and those guys are out of Minneapolis. They have, they walk down the same path that we do, and we couldn't be more proud of the growth that they've experienced.
And speaking of proud,
Yeah.
I am proud to carry this line
Yes.
and what they're doing nationally, and to see the strength of our relationship only strengthening. Good morning from Omaha, Nebraska.
That's
Go Big
it.
Red. We have number 2 is a principal. Principal Darren Chaffee.
Aviator and accomplice.
Aviator, accomplice, and the house. We are working on the second house. The first house is in production, although the factories are shut down right now.
Right.
Very exciting things with them. They have the cigars called the Aviator Series, which has a Couchant Volant. If you haven't smoked it, go to Industrial Cigar Co.
Order it
right now.
Just go past
IndustrialCigars.co. Go right now and get that Couchant
Get that
Volant.
cigar. If you don't like it, I'll get you something else. That's my promise.
I'll kick him in the nuts on live television.
Yeah.
Oh, also, okay, thank you for the reminder of this. And before we talk about the number 1 line of 2020, what's very, very important is Aaron Klaus, owner of Air Rescue Heating and Cooling, which is based out of here in
They're
North
the ones
Texas.
that make our air magic.
Our purification system is
And no one comes close.
under their monitoring. They are absolute salt of the
And
earth.
humidity.
This is a CRS pack, which is, and for those of you who haven't seen the CRS pack, this is what it is. Check this out. He went into his humidor and he pulled out the 5 best cigars to create his own 3-day
I have a
quarantine
feeling I
pack.
know what they are.
Okay, so some of these cigars are not only valuable, you cannot get them anywhere, period.
If
so,
he threw a night flight and an ICC house stick in there,
Okay.
he had first generation ICC
Okay,
house
so look at this.
I don't
This
know
is
if
the
that's
CRS
what's in
pack.
there.
So
I
how do
haven't
you
seen it.
qualify for this? A few ways. One, go to industrialcigars.co, pick up a CRS pack. Every 3-day pack will be 1, and then it will kind of tier up from there.
We're open. Come on in.
Yep, we are open. We can grab cigars.
Turn on the open sign.
Okay, so with this, here's what sits in here, and this will be raffled away for
Holy
everyone who's
balls.
buying these. Industrial Cigar Company, The House, Original Run.
Series
no footman.
1.
Series 1. I don't have any of these. None
I don't
of
have
the
any of
Franks
these.
have any of these.
He gave me one the other day, and it smokes better than it ever has.
Cavalier, white, short Salamone.
From last
Come
year's.
on. This is last year, so it has even extra age. Sensational Ellie. The Byron Distinguido. This is a Byron Elegante backbone and
$35.
$35 cigar. This has it's a mistake wrapper
Right.
from the Bandoleros. Maduro wrapper.
What's up, Brett?
Our number 1 cigar of last year, this is the Atabey Duendes. This is the torpedo version of it. Look,
Here's a simple thing. I always talk about my 5 favorite cigars that I've ever smoked in my entire life. That's on my top 5 list.
it speaks for itself. It absolutely speaks for itself. Another $35 cigar.
But there's more.
You could only get this in one place, and you had to be at the event one night, and you couldn't even buy these. He only gave them to people.
Right.
This is the Von Care, Principal Aviator Von Care.
Night
This is
Flight.
Night Flight. So that's the Maduro wrapper, Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper.
In this shop right now, if we were full, like we normally are, we say we have a night flight, the bidding would start at $50 on that stick.
No doubt. You
And
absolutely.
fights would break out.
There are 2 cigars you cannot get. You simply cannot get in this pack. This is the CRS pack that is sponsored by Air Rescue Heating and Cooling. This is Aaron Klaus, one of our members that's doing this. If you want,
I want to buy this really, really bad.
someone saw it and they said, "How do I buy it? How much?" No, you have to buy a CRS pack on industrialcigars.co to enter into the drawing for this. Every pack you get is going to go into an enter, or
So it's really what we
And
like
you
to
end
call a win-win. You get a CRS pack, and you get a chance to win that magic. That's a package. Of
This
magic
isn't
right
just.
there.
This isn't somebody going, "Oh, I've got some
My
cigars. I
heart's
want to
beating
give
a
it
little
away." I mean,
faster. I haven't seen a collection like that in a long time.
So many of these cigars.
I have a feeling that's going to get stolen. That's too bad.
It's right here.
Oh.
It's right here.
I was I'm just making a prediction because the door's unlocked. You never know.
IndustrialCigars.co. If you want to buy a CRS pack, go use coupon code Cigars and Guns 10. That's going to get you 10% off of it. There's a 3-day, a 1 week, and a 2 week kit. unbelievable. So thank you for doing that. That means the
That
world.
is crazy.
Uh,
That's crazy.
yeah.
He gave me one of those Gen 1 house sticks the other day, and I was so pissed that I'm telling you right now, the next house stick that comes in, I will not make that mistake twice and not buy any for myself.
I gave Tony my last house stick.
I think that answers Mark Rogers' question. Can we buy house sticks online?
You could order them, but you're not
No.
going to get them.
No, you can't buy them online yet
Oh, because we have zero in inventory.
because we have zero in inventory. No, you can't buy a house stick yet. Unfortunately, I'm just chomping at the bit to get those back in. The pyramids are coming.
They are
back in.
under construction.
Code only works if we live by you. No, that works nationally, and every day we ship them out nationally. So you're good on that front. Oh, he wants to. That looks like it. That's a Russian farm right there that wants to be in here.
yeah, sure.
I haven't. Oh shit. Stockard, you had Gen 1 house sticks, but we had to do some stuff with the lockers.
Yeah, we had
open them.
there was a
There
humidity
was a-
problem.
yeah, there was a leak.
A
Cigar
leak. Yeah.
Cigar leak, and we.
Yeah. No, there might have been bugs in it.
Yeah.
I think we took the bugs out.
Yeah, they were in the cigars we smoked.
But look, we will go ahead and take one for the team. And
Yeah.
smoke all your house sticks.
Thank you, Stockard.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy. Flores still has Gen 1s himself. After seeing what Tim Flores has been smoking and coming in and grabbing, he has
a solid collection.
He has a collection that rivals any right now. He's not
I
struggling.
love these guys that are coming in and they're going, I'm having my humidor's having some problems keeping up, and they've got literally $800 worth of cigars in a $42 box, and it's some. I mean, it'd be the same as putting them in a shoebox.
Which is what you should do is on industrialcigars.co, you can get our custom acrylic 70 count humidors. If you want a humidor that performs perfectly all the time, that is the one you
because
do.
it's 100% acrylic.
So you're not competing with the shooter.
Yeah, the only thing that gets humidity is the cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And you put a Boveda pack in it, it's going to keep it at the right humidity. We did get the new the Boveda Butlers. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but it's a small little device, yay big. It drops into your humidor when you're within your Wi-Fi network in your house.
Yep.
There's an app that you download, and it will actually show you what your humidity is by hour, and then send you a notice as it starts to get low. They're like $40. Do you have it on the site?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the Boveda Butlers are out there. A lot of people don't know they're out there. I stuck one in there just to monitor in the acrylic, and it does this.
Yeah. It's really cool the way that thing sets
And
up.
as soon as you walk in the room, it'll give you a notification if your temperature or anything's off.
The whiskey smoker read the magazine article in Smoke Shop. Said he loves the story, man. That's so cool. Thank you for reading that. Thanks for
Thank
tuning
you.
in this morning. So here's what's happening. We're
How do you
open-
smoke whiskey? The whiskey smoke.
I smoke coffee and drink cigars.
Oh, good point.
That could
I
be
thought
like
we
a
ate
shirt.
cigars.
Okay, so here's what you need to know here to kind of wrap up what we're talking
Stretto.
about. Yes, we are open for retail sale, grab and go, meaning you can come into the humidor, buy cigars as normal. Our public and private lounge just are not open now, primarily because we are doing 100% renovations in here and improving
This shop will be exactly the way it was the day we opened.
No, it won't. It will be much better. It will be
Okay,
much
I
better.
take that back.
We have humidification upgrades.
Granted.
As far as
they're also updating the private lounge.
private lounge is
And what are you doing in there?
one step closer to the Atabay Private Lounge. You'll know
Atabay
more.
Private Lounge.
And we have purification upgrades, just how we've set that up. Look, this is going to be better than when we opened, when you come back in here. But every day we have local deliveries going out within 20 miles. If it says different on the site, don't worry about that. I haven't updated that yet. So delivery within 20 miles of us, and national deliveries going out.
I want to add something. One of the guys that came in yesterday is a regular that comes in here. Obviously, his backyard is not by himself. It's not the same as coming into ICC. But he looked in the window and he was seeing all the work that was going on, and he made the comment, "I appreciate the fact that you guys appreciate that we want a clean place to come." And to us, we're in the same boat. It drives us crazy if the place isn't spotless, and now it's next level. It's rejuvenating to have this place rejuvenated.
It really is. I can feel it when I walk in, and that bright white and everything. look, you can sit on your ass and do nothing, or you can make the best of a situation. And I'm proud of our team of doing that. I just want to say thank you to Ray, to Chris, to Ron,
Your brothers have been up here busting their ass
to
until
you
all
as
hours.
well. I mean, to everyone who's been up here pushing paintbrushes and getting everything set up, a huge thanks comes out from us, from our hearts. And this is
We
this
are
is our
making the place
together.
even better.
It is, and so we have that. We have those buy options available. Next Friday at 7 p.m. we're doing a virtual event.
Virtual First Friday.
So you can sit back. We will be throwing 2 hours of tunes that you can smoke to.
And then is it Zoom? Is that what we're talking about? We're thinking about doing, we normally do a Cigar 101 every month. We're thinking about doing a Zoom Cigar 101. That way if you're sitting in the backyards and you're having a little bit of whiskey, and to our whiskey smoker friend,
Yep.
and you're having a little whiskey and you're having some cigars with friends, pop open your laptop, join the Zoom, and we'll do a Cigar 101, and we can actually spend a little bit more time with it and have some fun with it.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing. So let us know any topics that you'd like for us to cover, and we can kind of set that up over the next few weeks. But
It'd be cool because this way, if we schedule it, they could actually send some questions in advance that we can make sure that we cover.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're throwing around ideas. We want to iron this out. You know, Cigars 101 is good. If we can do a blending event where you can buy a pack of mini cigars that are binder, wrapper, filler, and we could send those to you, and we can do a live blending session while you're going through it. That could be a cool thing. Just toss around ideas that we can make the best.
We're
of
also
use
thinking
what
of,
we've had.
you know, we were going to do, for example, the Regis event was supposed to be today. But wouldn't it be cool if we could actually do the Regis event, just do it by Zoom? We'll get Akil, who will be in the UK, and get him on, who's the owner of the company.
Yep.
And
Good
we can
morning
talk
over
about
there.
some of these products and actually do it and ship it. And the only difference is you won't be here.
Yep, that's it. So with that, industrialcigars.co, that is always open, local delivery, national delivery, and you can pick it up here.
Somebody bought a shirt yesterday.
I know.
So the apparel is selling.
Cigars and Guns 10 will give you 10% off your order, regardless of where you are. First Friday event next Friday at 7 p.m. And we'll just make a post about what's going to be in this. Buy a CRS packs to enter to win this. It's really invaluable because a few of
That
these
is-
cigars don't exist anywhere else. But that's
There's a whole bunch of people out here, particularly the guys who are going to come back and watch it when their loops back through and they watch
That's
it
it.
again,
If
that
you're
are
on-
going to lose their mind.
If you're on Facebook, YouTube, anything, please tag up your friends. Please share this. And with that, we appreciate you. We love you. But we got to get back to work.
We got to start rolling.
Let's roll.